Welcome trainers, Walter, and today we're going to be discussing all of the new moves in Pokemon Sun and Moon and how they are going to pertain to VGC. So let's just get started with this. So this is just going to be like my first initial thoughts about these new moves. I'm just going to run through. Some of these I know about, some of these I don't. So yeah, let's just take a look here. So first up is Excel Rock. So this is a priority rock type move, exactly like Ice Shard, in that it has 40 base power in its priority. And so basically, I think this move will see the same amount of play that Ice Shard does, which is just a slight moderate amount of play on certain Pokemon, because, you know, low base power priority moves like this aren't as useful in VGC as they are in singles, but definitely a move to look out for. Next up is Anchor Shot. So this is a Steel 80 base power physical type move that says if hit, the opposing Pokemon is unable to switch out. So that's definitely good, just like really solid. 80 base power is definitely a solid steel move that's exactly like Iron Head, but the ability to make sure they don't switch out. So yeah, this is definitely a move to consider, definitely a move that I expect to see in the format. Next up is Aurora Veil. So originally I read this effect that it is Reflect and Light Screen in one, and where I got my source from when I first heard about Aurora Veil, it didn't mention that it only worked in Hail. So I was like, wow, this is really broken. Oh, it probably works for both you and your opponents, because otherwise it'd be way too broken. Turns out that's not true. It does only work for your team, but it only works in Hail. Now, my understanding of this move is that if you put it up in Hail, I don't know if it would stay up or it would go down if Hail was removed or something like that. But I feel like it should be that way, that if you have to put it up in Hail, otherwise it won't work. And then if the Hail ever gets removed by your opponent, then the Aurora Veil just cuts out before the 5 turns are up. But I'm not entirely sure, but I'm thinking it doesn't work like that. But if it doesn't work like that, this move is absolutely busted. Reflect and Light Screen in one move, and all you need is Hail to be able to put it up. That's actually busted. And if you put it up, you guarantee get it for 5 turns. That's way too good. That's absolutely way too good. This move is definitely going to see play. It's definitely something to consider and look out for. But yeah, it's really good. And I don't know if it works with Light Clay or anything like that, but we'll just have to wait and see. Next up is Baneful Bunker. So the user protects itself and poisons an attacker that makes contact. So this is King Shield, but poisons them instead of lowers their attack if they make contact with you, which I actually feel is better than lowering their attack. So I really like this move. Or it's not objectively better, but I think it's slightly better. So yeah, I think Baneful Bunker is just an obviously strong move. It's protect but better, which is way too solid. So we'll see if the Pokemon it's used on sees play. Next up is Beak Blast. This is a 100 base power physical flying type move. The user heats up its beak at the start of its turn. If a Pokemon hits the user while it's heating up, they get burned. Wait. Is this a single turn move? If this is a single turn move, this is actually insane. What? I'm assuming this is a 2-turn move, because otherwise this is way too broken. The user heats up its beak at the start of its turn. If a Pokemon hits the user while it's heating up, they get burned. It sounds like this is just a single turn move, which in that case this would be absolutely broken. We would have to see the accuracy on it. It would need to be low enough accuracy for this to not be ridiculous, but if the accuracy is high enough, this is an absolutely busted move. 100 base power flying type move that will burn them if your opponent hits you before you attack with it. That's absolutely insane. We'll have to see what the accuracy is on this, but definitely keep an eye out on this move. That's really crazy. We'll have to see who it's on as well. Next up is Brutal Swing. Dark 60 base power physical move that says it hits all adjacent Pokemon. Okay, that's a bad move. Next up is Burn Up. So this is a 130 base power special type fire move that says the user loses its fire typing after use. What typing it changes into is unknown. So this is absolutely bonkers. 130 base power special type move is insane. That's overheat. And The downside to it is you losing your fire typing, which actually isn't really a downside. My assumption is that you change into a normal type, but that's actually beneficial because it makes your defense better, and you've already like put out your offense. The only thing you lose is stab on your next fire type attack, but that's fine because you make that commitment, and you know you're making that commitment when you use it. It's like close combat removing your defenses. You're fine with that because you know you're going into that once you use it. But this is like lowering your defenses is a way bigger drawback than losing your fire typing. And this is stronger. So this is absolutely bonkers. Yeah, that burn up is insane. We'll have to keep an eye on any Pokemon that gets it. Next up is Clanging Scales, Dragon type 120 base power special type move that says the user's defense is lower. Okay. So it's just a solid Dragon type move with a drawback. And then the Core Enforcer, Dragon 100 base power special type move. If the target is already damaged, the move eliminates its ability. Wow, that's really good. That's a really cool move. That'll be really, really good in singles due to rocks and spikes and stuff. So that's really good. And then Dark Lariat, we've talked about this. Just an 85 base power dark type physical move that ignores the opponent's stat changes. It's just a decent dark type move. Next up, Dragon Hammer, 90 base power physical dragon move with no effect. Good move. Fire Lash, 80 base power physical, lowers target's defense stat. It's really, really good. That's a really solid move. Next up is First Impression, a bug type 90 base power physical move. Awesome. Only works first turn the user is in battle. +2 priority. A +2 priority 90 base power bug type physical move. That's awesome. That's so cool. It's a really, really solid move. That's definitely going to be something to look out for. That's crazy. That's really, really cool. I like the design aspect they went with that. It's cool. Next up is Flora Cannon. It's a Fairy 130. I'm assuming this takes 2 turns. Oh, it lowers the user's special attack like Draco Meteor. What? Flora Cannon is insane. Flora Cannon will obviously see play. Next up is Floral Healing. User heals target's HP by half of its max HP. Heals more on grassy terrain. So this is Calm Phase signature move. And this, I'm going to make an analysis on Calm Phase very, very soon, because this move literally makes him like top tier in my opinion. Like coupled with his stats, this move is this is crazy. The user heals the target by half of its max HP. Half of its max HP if you invest is a lot of HP, and it heals more in grassy terrain. And I don't know if you can heal if you can heal yourself or your ally, then it's just a strictly better heal pulse, which is great. And then it heals more in grassy terrain, and grassy terrain, Tapu Bulu seems like it's going to be really good. So that's crazy as well. So yeah, that's just a very, very solid healing move. And next up is Gear Up Steel status. Raises attack and special attack of ally with the plus or minus ability. Okay, that's solid, but plus and minus is bad, so that won't see play. High Horsepower. Ground type, 95 base power physical move, super solid, very good. Ice Hammer, 100 base power physical move, user speed is lowered by 1. Okay, solid. Instruct, psychic type move status, user instructs target to use the same move again in the same turn. So this is Oranguru's signature move, and this is absolutely bonkers. If you instruct like a Rock Slide, or a Dazzling Gleam on a Sylvia, anything like that's crazy. That's so good. If you instruct a Fast Mon, putting out a Rock Slide, putting out anything, that's so good. It's such a powerful move. It's like a helping hand, but strictly better. Yeah, it's strictly better helping hand if they're using an attacking option. So it's so good. It's like it's helping hand, but instead of 1.5 times, it's 2 times. That sounds really broken when you put it that way. Instruct is going to be absolutely bonkers. Next up is Laser Focus, normal status. The move used the turn after this move is used with will always result in a crit. That's bad. You'd rather just attack twice than guarantee a crit the next turn. Leafage, 40 physical. Okay, that's awful. Liquidation, water, 85 base power, physical move. May lower the target's defense by 1. Okay, cool. Solid move. Lunge, bug type, 80 base power, physical move. Lowest target attack stat. Wow, that's really solid. That's so solid. A guarantee lower the target attack stat and an 80 base power physical bug move. I love how they're getting love to bug types here with these bug type moves. Every bug type move I've seen is super solid. So this is really good. Lunge is a very good move. Next up is Moongeist Beam, Ghost, 100 base power, special type move. User ignores target stat change. What is this? Why are all these moves so powerful? There's 100 base power. Maybe some of these are Z move, like burn up seems way too strong to not be a Z move or something, but I guess it's not. That's really crazy. Moongeist Beam. Oh, I'm assuming these accuracies are, because it doesn't show us the accuracy, so I'm assuming this is like 70 accuracy, which makes it a lot worse. So yeah, I'm assuming that's like 70 accuracy. I'm assuming burn up's like 50 accuracy or something, because otherwise it'd be way too strong. And then Moongeist Beam is probably going to be 90, like, or not Moongeist Beam, my mistake. Floral Cannon. That's probably going to be 90, like Draco Meteor, which is a super good move, but just like Draco Meteor, it's not completely busted. Yeah, so next up is multi-attack, so that is a Savali's signature move, and that is really good. Next up is Nature's Madness. Very special. Or, no, it's not a special move. Oh, yeah, it is. It's just its base power deals half of the target's current HP. Wow, that's interesting. So, it's super effect. It's a very special attack super effect. Awesome, that's really cool. Nature's Madness is definitely something to look out for on super bulky Pokemon, so they still have some good offensive pressure. Next up is Pollen Puff. I already talked about this in my Rabombi analysis, so make sure to watch that. But this is a bug, 90 base power special type move with, if the target is your ally, it will heal them instead of damage them. So this is so good because you can use it super offensively as a 90 base power special type bug move, but you can also use it defensively as healing your allies. So this is a really good move. Next up is Power Trip. Dark, 20 base power physical move. The more stat boost this Pokemon has, the shorter the attack is. Not sure what that means. We'll have to like wait and see, I think. That doesn't make any sense to me. Oh. Next up is Power Trip. This is a Dark type 20 base power physical move. It says the more stat boost this Pokemon has, the stronger the attack is. This will be really interesting to see if like Eevee gets it. But yeah, anything you baton pass an Evo boosted Eevee into that gets this move will deal a lot of damage. But it'll interesting to see how it scales. I'd assume like a +1 would be like 10 to 20 power increase. I doubt this will be good, but we'll have to wait and see. Next up is a Prismatic Laser, 160 base power physical type move. User is unable to move the following turn. Okay, yeah. So, bad move. You'd rather just use an 80 base power move twice, because you get the option of doing something else on the next turn, and it's the same amount of damage. So, bad move. Next up is Psychic Fangs, physical 85 base power psychic. Breaks Light Screen and Reflect. I hope it also breaks Aura Veil, because Aura Veil seems broken. But yeah, that's a really solid move. It's solid. Next up, Psychic Terrain. We talked about this. Protects grounded Pokemon from priority moves and powers up Psychic moves for 5 turns. So definitely good. Next up is Purify. Poison status. User heals target status condition. If successful, user also heals its HP. Its HP is in its own, or the target that it cured the status condition for. Either way, it's good. This could definitely see play. It's not priority, which is a little bit unfortunate, but it might be too good if it was priority. But yeah, this is definitely a solid move. Healing status conditions is Heal Bell, which never really sees play. but if you also heal HP, then that could definitely see play. So I just adjusted the camera because it was a little bit high, so sorry for that prior. Next up is Shadow Bone, Ghost, 85 base power physical move. I think this is Cubone's signature move. Oh no. I just adjusted the camera, so sorry about that. It was a little bit too high before, but it's back in center. So next up is Shadow Bone. This is a Ghost type, 85 base power physical move. I think this is Marowak's signature move, and this lowers target's defense by 1. So this is definitely a super solid move. Very good. Next is Shell Trap, fire, 150 base power special move. If user is hit by a physical move while using this, it will unleash great damage. Alright, so I guess it's 150 base power if it's hit by a physical move while using this. Interesting to see what it would be otherwise. So not sure on that. Next up is Shore Up, ground status. Heals half of max HP, heals more in sand. Very good, that's Roost, but it could heal more, so like Moonlight, very, very good. Next up is Smart Strike, steal 70 base power physical. This move never misses. Okay, not very good. Next up is Solar Blade, grass, 125 base power physical. User uses 1 turn to charge up. Oh, what? I was so excited, but this move is terrible. What? Why wouldn't it be like 160 base power or something? Oh. It doesn't say it here, but since it's called Solar Blade, I would assume it works in Sun in 1 turn. Yeah, definitely, because Solar Beam is special. This would be the physical version, and it has 5 extra base power, so this is a really good move if it can charge 1 turn in Sun. So definitely something to look out for. We now have access to Drought in VGC on Torkoal, so this will definitely be good if it charges 1 turn, or if it doesn't take a turn to charge. So that's crazy. And then next up, Sparkling Area, water, 90 base power special move. This is Primarina's signature move, and the user cures the target's burn status. So, not super good, not bad. Next up, Spectral Thief, Ghost, 90 base power physical. This is Marshadow's signature move, so I actually don't care about it because Marshadow won't be legal. Next up is Speed Swap. It does exactly what the name suggests it would do, and this is definitely something to look out for. There could be Pokemon where if you give them a high speed stat, they can become bonkers. So I would definitely not count out this move. It's definitely something that could be really bonkers, but I don't expect to see too much of it, but in specific situations it could be nuts. Next up, Spirit Shackle. That's Jesse Duai's signature move, Ghost, 80 base power physical. If hit, the opposing Pokemon is unable to switch out, so definitely solid. Next up, Spotlight, normal status. Makes it so the target can only be attacked for the turn. Makes it so the target can only be attacked for the turn, plus 30 priority. So my assumption based off this poor grammar is that the target is the only Pokemon in the field that can be attacked for the turn. I don't know if that would redirect your opponent's attack into your opponent's Pokemon, but either way, this is pretty nuts. It's basically, it's a plus 3 priority fake out, basically. Because, or not, it's different than fake out. It's possibly better than fake out, but basically, this is really weird. It's, I'm assuming it wouldn't work on your opponent's other Pokemon because that'd be literally broken. But basically, so I guess it means like, yeah, so basically it's kind of like fake out because, yeah, it's basically fake out but doesn't do damage. Because you're picking a Pokemon that is the only Pokemon that can get attacked. So your other Pokemon will fail, or if it's going for an attack, it's going to fail that attack. Because it would be not directed at its own Pokemon. And then your Pokemon using Spotlight is not doing anything for the turn. And then your other Pokemon is attacking the Pokemon you targeted with Spotlight. And the Pokemon you targeted with Spotlight is doing whatever it wants. So basically you're trading your Spotlight Pokemon with your opponent's other Pokemon that wasn't Spotlight. So it's basically a fake out situation. But your ally has to attack the one you're fake outing. It can't attack the one you're not fake outing. So it's slightly worse than fake out, but still incredibly good considering how good fake out is. And this has higher priority. So this is definitely something to look out for. Like, something I really, really definitely expect to see. And it also, it makes it that I feel like Psychic Terrain and Dazzling slash Queenly Majesty will be a little bit more popular. So yeah, definitely something that's pretty insane. So next up is Stomping Tantrum, 75 base power ground type physical move. Power doubled if user previous move failed. Okay, that's bad. I guess it's not objectively bad, but I really doubt to see it. Next is Strength Sap, Grass Status. User restores HP by the amount of the target's attack. Lowers target attack by 1 after. So this is actually crazy. This is so good. This is the Grass Fairy type Mushrooms signature ability, or signature move. I forget what it's called, but you know what I'm talking about. And this is insane. This is actually so good, because you're healing by the amount of the target's attack. So that's a lot of health. If you're restoring HP, not a percentage, just like the flat attack of your opponent's, the flat amount of HP that's equal to your opponent's attack, that's so much HP. That's like, that'll put you at full, like, so 9 times out of 10 if your opponent's a physical Pokemon. And then it also lowers the target's attack by 1 after. That's so good. This move is so good. It's really, really good. Next is Sun Steel Strike, Steel 100 base power physical. User ignores target's stat changes. So cool, very good move. We'll have to see the accuracy though. Next up is Tearful Look, normal status. User ignores. Oh wait, no, wrong line. User lowers target's attack and special attack. Okay, I think that's bad. Basically, lowering attack by 2 stages or lowering special attack by 2 stages would be better than this. So I doubt this will see play, unless mixed attackers are really, really popular for some reason. Next up is Throat Chop. Dark 80 base power physical. The target will be unable to use sound moves the next 2 turns. So this is really, really good. This is a super solid move. It basically ignores Primarina's Hyper Voice and ignores Pixelate Sylveon's Hyper Voice. So, and if there's anything else on the format, this will be really, really solid. Next is Toxic Thread. Is a poison status. Poisons the target and lowers their speed by 1. Wow, we'll have to see the accuracy on this, because if the accuracy is high, this is insane. This is absolutely broken if the accuracy is high, but I doubt it will be. I think it will be low, like 60%. Next is Trop Kick, Grass 70 base power physical, lowers target's attack stat. Wow, that's really good. Very, very, very solid move. As a Grass type move too, very good. Zing Zap, Electric 80 base power physical move, may flinch. Okay, super solid. It looks like that is it. So there are some insane attacks here. And yeah, that'll be it for this video. So thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to subscribe, make sure to hit that like button, make sure to follow me on Twitter, and let me know what your favorite Pokemon is, because I may give you a shout out on my YouTube. So again guys, thank you so much for watching. Peace out.